this is a video all about how Eddy hates critics. Well, if this isn't the most ironic, hypocritical statement in the history of the universe, then I'll be as shocked as the rest of you. What a way to start. This all stems from a brilliant episode of the LagComp podcast with Friedo and the Schwantz that I did last week. There was a moment about 2/3 of the way through where I accidentally shat on all of Friedo's hopes and dreams by saying that critics are the lowest of the low and naming a particularly hipster pretentious critic as one of my names on my death list. Now, Friedo made a load of good counterpoints, and if I wasn't so full of self-importance and impotent rage, I might have been able to listen and maybe learn something, but you know me, good on opinion, not so good with facts. So with that in mind, we're going to plough on through the fields of ignorance and climb Mount Hypocrite. Critics are parasites, by definition. Their existence and relevance is only made possible by the work that other people do, much like me in Call of Duty. Wait a minute, we're getting dangerously close to self-analysis here. Time to veer off wildly while putting my fingers in my ears, shouting at the truth, I can't hear you! Anything that a critic does is derivative. Sure, they might come up with a new way of looking at a subject, but it's still reactive and not creative. That's not to say it's not relevant, but it's not even in the same league of importance as the work it's criticising. I put it to you, what's more important, Picasso's Guernica or what was written about it? Some might see as what I'm saying as an attack, born from a bad reaction to harsh criticism. An example of the notorious, haughty, pretentious, narcissistic pomposity that can infect artists. Oh sorry, what was I saying? I was too busy admiring my own reflection to pay attention. No, my problem is that I believe anybody who is smart enough to be a critic is smart enough to be an artist. So why choose to be the critic? Of all the joys that there can be found in this life, very few get close to making something. Unfortunately, the price of that is often failure and ridicule, and therein lies the problem. I believe every critic could be an artist if they just had the humility to try and fail over and over again. To me, it's like critics want a shortcut to wisdom. They have the knowledge but aren't prepared to earn the experience. Essentially, what I believe is that everybody is capable of greatness, it's just that some aren't prepared to do the work. So yes, Friedo, I hope those kids who dream of one day becoming the world's best critics drown in their own tears.